Good evening. I wanted to tell you about a few things that you need to know, you need to be aware of relative to this week and what's getting ready to happen. If you've been applying for any of these SBA loans, if you think that you're going to be getting some of this disaster money, if you think that this is definitely going to happen for you, you might want to think again. This is a process. This is something that is going to take probably 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 weeks if you try to apply for this on your own. Might even be the same if you decide to use a professional. There are so many different parts of this that are happening all the time that is going to require you to provide a bunch of paperwork, provide a bunch of documentation. What has come out today, the amount of paperwork and everything that you are going to be required to provide is going to take some time. It's going to take some of your time as a business owner to invest in this in order to get this money. They're not just going to hand it over. This isn't just going to be, hey, I'm going through a tough time. This is what I need. Give it to me. It doesn't work that way. They're going to require documentation. They are going to require you to put some time into this. Whether you're using a professional or not, you've got a professional that's going to guide you along the way. I don't know if you've ever been involved in tax preparation process before, but it takes a lot of time. You basically feel like, as a business owner, you feel like, well, if I've given you this much information, if I've provided this much, why don't I just do the form myself? Why don't I just do this myself? That's what a lot of people might be asking themselves when you start working with somebody. You might say, I'm doing all the work. What are you doing? Well, something that they might be doing is they might be providing some guidance. They might be providing, what's up, Matt Plummer? They might be providing you a path to follow, a process to follow, a strategy to follow that you might not be aware of. But no matter what, this is going to take some time. And a couple things that I've learned today that is just another part of the process is you're going to have to, number one, you're going to have to reapply for the 7B loans. If you've already applied once before, you're going to have to reapply. And if you want to be a part of this emergency grant, you're going to have to reapply this new way. You're going to have to get new documentation, new forms. You're going to have to fill those forms out correctly. And then you're going to wait, and you're going to wait in underwriting. And that's going to be through the SBA website. That's the 7B loans. That's the disaster loans, the economic injury disaster loans, EIDL. So you're going to have to reapply if you want to try to get that emergency grant, $10,000. The other thing is that when you apply for the 7A loans, listen to this. When you apply for the 7A loans, you're going to have to contact and find a local banker or some banker that's in your network that already knows what to do. I called a local banker today. I said, hey, man, can you help with this? He's like, we don't even know what to do. We don't even know the process yet. I'm sure they'll figure it out, but I'm just trying to keep you up to date on what's happening. So you're going to have to find a loan officer, somebody at the bank that's going to be able to help with these 7A loans, known as the PPP loans. Payment plan, something like that. You're also going to have to pay them a fee. You're going to have to pay them as well. I did connect with somebody today. I connected with a person that knows exactly what they're doing. They're going to be helping our team. They're going to be helping our clients that we're working with. They're going to help provide the assistance for these 7A loans, which aren't even guaranteed that you're going to get. You got to provide all the right documentation. That's what we're helping, guiding you along the way. And so it's not even a guarantee at that point in time. And you got to find somebody else to help you, even if you're doing this on your own. Now, if you've got a great local banker, I would say that's a really good place to start. It's a great place to start. Josh Baker, let your CPAs guide you in the right direction here. JD knows what's up and has provided excellent info during this time. Yes, Josh Baker, exactly. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. Thanks for all the info during this time, John. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, man, because you've got to have somebody that's holding your hand along the way. Like, I just don't want you to miss out on the opportunity. And I don't even know what the true opportunity really is other than estimating what your payroll is going to be on an average monthly basis, multiply it times 2.5 times, and that is going to be the amount that you can get for a loan. But you can't even get it from the SBA. You got to go to a banker because the SBA doesn't have enough capacity to handle this. They're going to have to give this money out through loans through the banks. And there's going to be another fee at that point in time too. So if you're working with us and you've already paid us, really appreciate that. This is a consulting engagement. We're going to guide you along the way. This takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. We have an automated system to help you fill out these forms now that I'm very excited that we're going to have access to. But now you got to find somebody else. Like, the government can't make this easy. There are going to be steps, processes, forms, information that you got to provide. It's going to be a pain in the ass. It's a lot of money. It's a big opportunity, but are you willing to go that extra mile for your business? Are you willing to do what's necessary to get this done for your business? I had another client. They were really, really angry at the fact that they had to pull a lot of this information. Now, we have a lot of it, and I told them, I said, look, I understand you don't want to pull all this information. Just put that JD has this information on the list, and we'll assign somebody in our firm to help you pull that information. But you're the business owner. You're supposed to be the one that does whatever it takes for your business. You're going to be the one that puts in the hours to make this happen. It's not just going to be given to you. And wake up. It's not going to be easy either. This is going to take time. This is going to take steps. This is going to require your effort just as much as any other part of your business requires your effort and your participation. Maybe this process might cause you to think about, man, maybe I should have been more involved in my business to begin with. That's what I did in my business. I took a step back. I took a step way back, and I should not have taken a step back. It ended up biting me in the butt. What'd you say, Teresa? We were super late today as a flipper. I'm not sure that we would qualify for help. We've got one house on the market, but we will be super delayed because we are pretty much shut down on showings. Yep, exactly. Thoughts. Just my husband and I are owners. We pay some independent contractors, no full-time employees. If you pay subcontractors, you're a part of this. You will have an opportunity. No matter what, if you've been affected by this, you've got an opportunity for $10,000 for the emergency grant. But you got to apply through the SBA, through their website or through their forms, or send it to the right email address. I know the email address said that there was too many emails in that inbox, and it just kicked back the email. Who knows what's going to happen? Would you rather walk through the woods alone with no guide, or would you rather have a guide? Would you rather have somebody with you? The CPA in your life is the one to guide you. That's it. The CPA in your life is the one to guide you. Go contact your CPA. Go contact your attorney that you trust. These are going to be the ones. But Teresa, you are going to have an opportunity. You will have an opportunity, especially if that's what you're doing all the time is flipping. That means you'd have active income. It's not truly passive income because you're flipping. So you would have an opportunity. All employees are W-2s. I take owner equity draw weekly. I'm assuming I don't qualify under EAT payroll relief. True? Man, I think that there's opportunity there. I don't know if you're testing me or not, but I think that there's opportunity, especially if you're paying your employees no matter what. But you are taking a draw. They can't penalize you for taking a draw, I don't believe. That's still a part of your net income. Now, that draw is not subject to self-employment, so maybe a part of the calculation is going to be that it has to be self-employment income. So if you're taking a draw out of an S-Corp, it's not subject to self-employment, so it would not qualify probably. That would be for the 7A loans. But could you apply for the 7B loans? And if you kept your employees employed, would you qualify for the payroll retention credit? I think so. So there's tons of opportunity baked into here. I was talking with another client before I got on live. He is going to be the perfect candidate. I can't wait to help clients with this. He's going to be the perfect candidate to carry back losses for 5 years because he had incredible years in 15, 16, 17. Great years. We're going to be able to amend his prior year tax returns and get him some money back. I can't wait to help him with that. Aaron John, rather walk through with you. I appreciate that, man. Rather have JD Frost with me. I appreciate that. So happy to have you. Ryan Paul on my side. Yes, exactly. I mean, that's what we're trying to build is this network. What's up, Mike? Money Mike. If you need some money right now too, you need to call Money Mike. There are so many different opportunities here. And I guess I wanted to get up here and get on and tell you about these new things that are kind of popping up, like the fact that you got to find this SBA lender. If you have a great relationship with your bank, call your bank. Like, call them immediately and say, look, this is what I'm looking at. Where are we on the 7A loans? And see what they say. That's what you need to do. Money available. Money Mike has money available. If you need money, you need to write down that guy's name, private message him. He will help you. That is what you need to be doing. Get with your banker. Get with your CPA. Get with your attorney. Baker Donaldson had an awesome article today that outlined exactly what all of this stuff is. Man, it was really well written. I was a little bit jealous, I got to admit. I was like, man, that's a really good article. And I posted it in our group, in our $2 trillion club. That's where I'm sharing a lot more detailed information of like, okay, here's what our process is. This is what we're following. I'm literally showing you what I'm doing for our other clients along the way so that if you want to do that by yourself or use that information for your CPA, for your trusted advisor, whoever's helping you with this. What if you have problems finding the documents you need? That's okay, Tony. Like we will work through that. We will find as many documents as we possibly can. There's a lot of areas in your business where we can get your bank statements. Like it's going to be very important for you to pull all your bank statements, Tony. Like that's going to be very important. So a lot of this stuff, we're going to have to help some clients like produce some of these documents. Like that's going to be a requirement. So these are things, these are steps that you're going to have to take. And these are some steps that you really don't really know about yet. And I want to share that with you, like with these 7B loans, with the 7A loans. There are some new areas. No, it won't be a problem, Tony. Don't worry about it, man. We got you. Don't worry. But I think I want to be able to communicate that it's going to take you as the business owner. It's going to take your involvement. So prepare yourself. No matter what professional you're using, they're going to ask you to pull some information. They're going to ask you to provide information that you have. Hopefully you got a bookkeeper or a CFO, but if you're the only one that has it, you got to participate. You're fighting for your business. You're fighting for your business to stay alive during this time. Kevin Lusk, I like to party. Yes, you do, buddy. But yeah, so there's just a couple things that came up. The fact that you got to get connected with your SBA lender, you got to find a bank. You got to find a bank that knows how to advise you through this process of applying under these 7A loans for the PPP loans. So it's going to take effort on your part to find these right partners, to get advised properly. And sometimes you might get some advice that might have been a little bit old. It happens. This stuff is moving pretty quickly. It's like by the hour right now. I believe this week is going to be a week where you learn a lot of information and you need to find yourself a professional to work with this week. This is when you need to do this. A lot of these things are not going to be ready till April 6th. We've got some time, most likely April 6th, April 11th, or maybe the 16th. You got a lot of time now, a week. A week is a lot of time right now. And you have time to prepare and get aligned with the right professional to help you. I'd encourage you to get a professional to help you, no matter who it is. We are helping people. We've got the Facebook group in which I talked with a guy today. He was like, there's no way I'm paying you that much, Frosty. I'm not paying you $4,800 to help me with this. I'm like, awesome. I get it. Totally understand. We also have an option where you can pay $800 to be in this private Facebook group. $800, and I'll tell you everything that we're doing. You're going to get to see every single part of the process. I'm going to give you special links. I'm going to give you, here's the application. I'll probably throw a template or two in there. I want you to get this money. I want you to get it the proper way, and I want you to get it forgiven later on so that you don't have to pay this back and take full advantage of what this stimulus is all about, getting the economy going. You better get J.D. Frost. Yeah, that's my goal. I want to provide you with information like this, and I want you to be successful during this time. And remind you that all these forms, all this paperwork that you have to do every year, accounting, tax returns, 1099s, W-2s, it's all a pain in the ass throughout the whole year. But this is the type of information, this black and white information, that's going to get you the green right now. It's going to get you the green. It's going to get you the money. Because if you have proper documentation, you're going to get to take full advantage of this. And obviously, you've got to be affected by this economically. You can't have a very thriving business and go get some of this money. I just don't think that it's going to happen. I'll be amazed. Maybe it will, but I'd be surprised if it does. Does anybody have any questions? You got a question right now at all relative to this that's on your mind, or I'm going to pretty much close it down, because that's the part of the process that we were talking about, the 7A loans, needing to find that SBA contact. That banker, that local banker, national banker that knows what they're doing. Like, we found our contact. We've got a banker we're going to be working with. We're already connected with them. Already got that network built. Perfect. That's our person. They know exactly what they're doing. They're going to be handling a lot of these, and they're going to be helping our clients. So if there's no questions, please private message me if you want to find out any information about the private Facebook group, or if you'd like us to hold your hand through this. And I mean that in a good way. Not that you're a baby or anything. I want to hold your hand. I want to guide you through this and have our team help you. We've got awesome professionals that are going to be here. I've got a team of 4 that's going to be helping. They are studying this every single day. They are learning along the way too. You might ask them a question and one of them might not know the answer. And they're trained to say, I don't know. Let me check with JD. Like, that's going to happen. So you're saying if my business is doing well, we have less of a chance to get help. Now, if it's doing well right now, probably. But how's it going to be in the next 2 months? What's it going to be like in the next 3 or 4 months? One of the requirements of the 7B loan is to give you is to provide a forecast of the next 6 months. What are your revenues going to do if this continues? If people continue to have to stay at home, if they're told to stay at home, what's your business going to do? I know if all of my business owners don't have any money, they're not going to pay me, so my business is going to go downhill. So, yeah, if your business is doing well right now, what is it going to do in the future? That's what you got to keep in mind. And that's what they're looking for. They want to help businesses that are suffering from this, obviously, or are projected to suffer from this. I doubt that the grocery store down the street is going to be able to apply for this because they're selling food like crazy right now. The restaurant down the street is already suffering. They're paying W-2 employees. They're paying subcontractors. They have a great story to tell for this money. That's what it's built for. But if your business down the road, which I believe this economy is going to continue to suffer for the next 2 to 3 months, that's who it's built for. It's built for you and me. I hope that answered your question, Casey. I appreciate you joining the group today, man. I hope that you've already seen some stuff in there that's brought you some value. But anyways, that was just some of the changes that have come up here lately. I appreciate you watching and staying tuned. And if you watch this back later and have a comment, I'll respond back to you. And I really appreciate you following along in this journey. I hope you're doing well and hope you have a good week.